News Update is brought to you by...
Got kids? Then you need video on demand from Flow, with hours of entertaining shows and movies for boys and girls of all ages. There's always something to watch. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we Flow.
Good morning and welcome to the Barbados Today Morning Update for Monday, February 8, 2016. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. The Anglican Church outlines a 3-year plan to address the social and spiritual needs of the community. Archbishop of the West Indies, Bishop John Holder, signaled intentions for the church to renew, reinvigorate and reposition itself for more effective ministry in the 21st century. Addressing the annual diocesan service to a Park Gaffel Sobers Gymnasium yesterday, Bishop Holder made it clear that special attention must be paid to the island's young people, and he called on all Barbadians, especially Anglicans, to get involved in order for the plan to work.
The success of this plan ultimately depends on each member of each parish, on each and every one of us, but especially you. Your participation and support are therefore critical. The process of implementation of the plan will provide opportunities for all members to identify with the mission of the church at the diocesan and parish levels. This will require us to adopt a common way of life, be supportive of each other, foster a spirit of cooperation and willingness to work together for the common good. And by so doing, we will live out the plan's theme, being a beacon of Christ's presence in the community. A major challenge we face, therefore, is finding more effective ways of communicating the timeless message of our Lord to contemporary audiences.
Meantime, visiting Bishop Robert Thompson of Jamaica urged Anglicans to listen more to the needs of the community in order to be good Christian leaders.
The church cannot be a missionary church unless it is a learning church. And to be a learning church that speaks the truth about the gospel, we must listen. There are two kinds of listening. We listen to the community and the world around us. The church is often guilty of answering questions that were never asked. Today, the church must listen and respond to the cry of our children and victims of violence and of all kinds of abuse. But there's another kind of listening. Another kind of listening that God requires of us today. The kind of listening that comes from deep within the silence of our hearts. In the words of that famous song, we need to learn to listen to the sound of silence.
Barbados has much to celebrate this year as it moves from a society of entitlement to one of responsibility. Prime Minister Frondell Stewart made the comments as he addressed the annual cocktail sip to kick off the celebrations for the country's 50th independence, held by the Friends of Barbados DLP Association, Inc. in New York last night. Prime Minister Stewart assured the diaspora that the country has succeeded on several fronts, including politically, economically, and socially. He said the economical accomplishment could be seen especially from the island's transformation from a monocrop economy to one of tourism.
We're no longer a monocrop sugar economy. The spectacle of men and women walking barefooted to the plantation with crocus bags tied around their waists, to cut canes and to, in the hard time, just work a farm. Those days have receded in Barbados. And this is not another way of saying that there was anything fundamentally wrong with that kind of work, because there is dignity in human labor. But a great economic transformation has taken place in Barbados, and our economy is now being led by tourism.
The island recorded its first road fatality for the year over the weekend. 73-year-old Ion Dorothy Jilks lost her life on the northbound lane of the Barbados section of the ABC Highway on Saturday night. Jilks of Meadow Road, Wilde St. Michael, was struck by a vehicle driven by 47-year-old Caroline Wickham of West Terrace, St. James, around 9:20 p.m. Jilks was a pedestrian at the time. Police investigations into her death are continuing. Barbadians are paying less for petroleum products. The price of gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and liquefied petroleum decreased at midnight. The price of gasoline moved from $2.71 per liter to $2.69 per liter, while the price of diesel dropped by 7 cents from $1.89 per liter to $1.82. Kerosene now sells at 80 cents per liter, down from 95 cents. That's 15 cents less. Liquefied petroleum gas is now $152.24 per pound of 100 cylinder, and that's a decrease of $1.24. The price of a 20-pound cylinder is now $43.40 to $43.16. That's a decrease of 31 cents. While the 22-pound cylinder is now $38.15, down from $38.42. That's 27 cents a decrease. The new price of a 20-pound cylinder is $34.68, 25 cents cheaper.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados. Across these 166 square miles, in every parish, in every community, in every sector, in every home, in every sphere, you can find a gem, a Belgian gem. Celebrate their stories as we celebrate 50 years of independence.
Hey, I'm Rabia. Look out for my new segment, Fashion and Beauty with Rabia, coming out this week. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to cover hair, nails, shoes, everything fashion and beauty. I'm excited, and you should be too.
To news from our regional neighbors, Haitian President Michel Martelly steps down from his post without a successor in place. Martelly departed office yesterday at the end of his term amid tension over how he is to be replaced. Opposition supporters challenged a deal to select an interim leader. The last-minute deal aims to prevent the country from plunging into an immediate power vacuum. In a speech, Martelly said his biggest regret was that January's presidential election had to be postponed. The runoff vote to elect his successor was shelved because of fears of violence and allegations of fraud. That vote will now be held on April 24, with a new president due to be sworn in on May 14. Under the latest agreement, Parliament will elect an interim president and install a transitional government for a 4-month term. And finally, on the international scene, the UN Security Council strongly condemns North Korea's launch of a long-range rocket. After an urgent meeting in New York yesterday, the Council revealed plans to adopt a new sanction resolution in response.
The accelerated development of North Korea's nuclear and ballistic missile program poses a serious threat to international peace and security. To the peace and security not just of North Korea's neighbors, but the peace and security of the entire world.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. There you can get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful and safe day.